Everyone, pull out your Subway napkins because we don't have any toilet paper to cry into as of late, and get ready for some emotional roller coaster of Vita news. Greetings, fellow Vita fans. This is James with PS Vita at 2 a.m. coming at you once again with another exciting video. And if you're new here and love everything PlayStation Vita, don't forget to subscribe. Well, as uncertain as things can be in the world at this day and age, one thing that we can look forward to here in this community is Vita news. And we have some this week, guys. And I have to mention, it gets me giddy every single time. So let's not dilly-dally anymore. Our dilly-dallying days are done. Here's the news. First up, a little bit of sad news today. The PlayStation 3's official messaging system is going to be disabled for the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation Vita communication. Well, consider my giddiness officially ungiddied. And this article comes from pushsquare.com. Is this the beginning of the very end for Sony's PlayStation 3 console? It could be. The Japanese giant has announced that from the 30th of June, the PlayStation 3 will no longer possess the ability to send messages to other platforms such as the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation Vita, nor will it be able to receive them. The last gen platform can still trade messages between the PS3 consoles, but its ability to connect with more advanced hardware is being taken away. So for any Vita users out there who happen to have PlayStation 3 friends, you're not going to be able to connect directly to them anymore. In fact, I'll just be honest here, guys, I'm halfway surprised that Sony didn't take that ability away from the Vita, but I have no doubts that they're thinking about it. The fact that the Vita's still going with its messages, hey, we're still hanging in there, you know, despite the fact that they took the whole party chat connection away from the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation Vita, but let's not open up any old wounds here. And I realize that technically speaking, this counts a little bit more as PlayStation 3 news than it does PlayStation Vita news, but since it was regarding connection between the two, I figured it was something that all of you Vita users and PlayStation 3 users should be aware of. And continuing the trend here of the not so good, knock on wood, well, officially goodbye giddiness, Phantasy Star Online 2 for the PlayStation Vita will be ending its servers on August 19th, 2020. The article comes from Gemitsu, obviously, and goes as followed. The PlayStation Vita version says farewell after 7 years in service. Sega will end service for the PlayStation Vita version of Phantasy Star Online on August 19th, the company announced. While the PS Vita version of Phantasy Star Online 2 has been operational for about 7 years now, Sega believes that with production of the hardware ending in March 2019, it will be difficult to continue long-term operation. Additionally, while in-game production and behavior in Phantasy Star Online 2 updates thus far have been adjusted to work within the capabilities of the PlayStation Vita, Sega wants to achieve higher quality production and behavior in future updates. To prepare for the end of the PlayStation Vita service, Sega has launched the Points Back campaign. Users who logged into the PlayStation Vita version between February 18th, 2013 and March 24th, 2020, who log into any other platform, PlayStation 4, PC, blah blah blah, before August 19th will receive SG points back equal to half the total AC and SG used during each target period. And saying it out loud like that makes me think that this is a recipe for alphabet soup. While SG points are halved at full amount, 5 AC points are equal to 1 SG point and then halved. And the rest of the article goes on as such. I don't want to bore you too much with the details, but kind of sad about this, I know. Especially considering that we haven't even had a chance to play the game ever in English unless you go for the unofficial fan translation patch, which I only think does like the menus and the most important stuff. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong about that. So I will say, if you have been playing this game, whether it's the Japanese version or the English patch version, better get in on it while you can, because come August 19th, it's closing down. But the memories, however, will last a lifetime. Alright, well, we got all the bad news over with. What do you all say now we cover some good news that's happening in the world of the PlayStation Vita? I think that's a good idea. We have a newly discovered trophy leak for a game called Rush Rover. Well, I call it a trophy leak, even though if I'm being 100% honest here, it's a game that's already been confirmed, so I just tried to hype it up here for you guys. But hey, it features a platinum trophy, meaning that my giddiness is already returning. Rush Rover is a 2D top-down shooter game with gameplay mechanics similar to traditional shmups. It includes random map generation. Random map generator. I was too lazy to edit that part out. Unique weapons, lots of different enemies, exciting boss battles, and a dynamic chiptune soundtrack. You know, seriously, I just gotta say one thing here. If I had a penny for every time I covered PlayStation Vita news, and the game was touting dynamic chiptune soundtracks, I'd be a millionaire. Well, maybe I'd have $5 or something, but still, the point remains. Believe me, we get it, devs. This is the PlayStation Vita in the year 2020. We know all of your games have dynamic chiptune music. Anyway, back to this game. I gotta admit, it looks pretty cool. The collision detection does seem a little bit, not as tactile as I would like to see it. But hey, it's an overhead shooter. Can't go wrong with that. I guess we'll be able to find out just how epic this game is and its chiptune music as it's launching on the PlayStation Vita in the West next week. Also, this game is called Rush Rovers, yet I see no dogs in the actual pic here. Are you doing false advertising now?
Who are you talking to?
The devs who are not watching. In other info today, Jess, aka Candy Alchemist, whose name always gets me very hungry, even though I don't like sweets, has posted some photos from her Kickstarter campaign straight from the manufacturer. And she says, here's photos of the other Kickstarter pins from the manufacturer. I just said that. Sorry for the bad quality photos, I'll take better ones once they arrive. I probably didn't even need to say that now, did I? For those who don't know, Jess, aka Candy Alchemist, has been making quite the buzz over in the Vita community with her enamel pins, which is themed over various PlayStation Vita properties, such as you can see, Persona and Persona. She also has some other ones, such as Hatsune Miku, Gravity Rush, Tales of Hearts R, and so on. If you've never heard of this individual and you're into enamel pins to tout your PlayStation Vita dedication, I will have a link down to her Twitter in the description below. FYI, candy may not come with your order, but I'm still hungry. And continuing on our bandwagon of happiness, Lily Mo Games of Twin Breaker fame has tweeted, hey, Twin Breaker is now the #1 PlayStation Vita game played this week according to PSN profiles. And they also put a little celebrating face and like a 2 couple of beers. So I guess party on, boys. Your game was a success. For those of you over in Asia, I remembered ya, because we're going to move on to some Asia news. Super Destronaut Land Wars, the FPS-style shooter game that took the Vita by storm, and that all of us Westerners have been enjoying, well, you over in Asia will be able to enjoy it too, because this game is going to be available digitally on the PlayStation Vita store as of April 7th, 2020. And also, Random Heroes Gold Edition, a game I had talked about last week, will be also winging its way to Asia. And that will be as of April 10th, 2020. Reason again why I'm not showing gameplay for any of these 2 games is because I've already covered them on the channel and I don't want things to become redundant. Well, unlike the fact how my humor can be kind of redundant. But if you missed my past video on it, I will have that linked also in the description below. There's going to be a lot of links down there I got a feeling. And well, that's it. I should mention real quickly before I go that due to the circumstances that are happening around the world these days, I didn't say the word, YouTube. I didn't say the word. It's unsure as to what games will still be able to make it or not make it on time because of Sony's Q&A. Some of the branches of the company are temporarily closed these days. So some upcoming games that were supposed to be releasing in April might get pushed back to May. Not 100% certain about that, just saying it's a real possibility these days. But regardless of that, let me know which information excited you the most. Let me know down in the comments section and we can, discuss it per usual. And as always, fellow Vita fans, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It really means a lot to me. Love you all, and I'll see you next time. The following video has been brought to you in part by all of these wonderfully generous people who help make this content possible, including Matt Fox, Reiko Star, Neo Arashi, Jace Bellerin, Gutter Drums, David Ray, Phantom XRS, Saul Ramirez, Kyle Brooks, JR, E-Rock, Pierre Sterner, Adam Theory, Skullstrutugal TCG, BMF, Ruben Gutierrez, Joshua Williams, Jared Haddo, Kevin Enright, Heston Joseph, Aaron Swanson, Rodrigo Vera, Hero Acer, Adam Sondi, Dennis R. Huggins Jr., Richard Cruz, Buzz Sayin, Jelle, Mario Cruz, and Larry Anderson. If you would be interested in supporting the channel and seeing your lovely portrait on this end screen here, then make sure to check the links down in the description below. I have numerous ways that you can achieve this goal down there. Whoa, I actually said goal. It's like we're playing a football game, right? And since football's not allowed these days, I guess that's the best it's gonna get. Again, I didn't say it, YouTube. I didn't say it.